My name is Russell Skurski, and I'm a sixth grade social studies teacher at Islander Middle School, and welcome to Curriculum Night. A little bit about me. I am a graduate of Washington State University, Honors College with bachelor's degrees in history and social studies, as well as a certificate in secondary education. I received my master's degree from the University of Dundee in Scotland with an emphasis on global empires in 2015. This is my 7th year teaching at Islander Middle School. I'm very excited to be back. And let's get into what we actually do in my room. So with social studies, we start off with kind of talking about what is social studies, why do we study it, what is its purpose. We look at the idea of it being more than just a history class. We incorporate elements of archaeology, anthropology, economics, sociology, all sorts of social sciences, and sort of their roles in this. In the last couple days, we've been doing lots of get-to-know-you activities, but we've also started to transition into some of more content and looking at the tools of an historian, looking at source analysis or things primary, secondary sources. What do those things mean? How do I identify bias in a source? And really using critical thinking skills. Once we've sort of built that foundation bedrock of the tools of historians, we move into ancient civilizations and precursors. So we look at early human ancestors, early hominid species prior to the rise of Homo sapiens. We look at Homo sapiens in terms of hunter-gatherers and sort of that transition from stone tools and hunter-gathering to sort of the Bronze Age and the Neolithic Revolution where agriculture gets developed. We then are going to go through civilizations ranging from Mesopotamia, ancient India, and the Indus River civilizations, ancient Egypt, early dynastic China, Greece, and Rome. One of the other structures I talk about a lot in my class is what I call the 4 S's and alarms. These are the 4 S's being the basic building blocks to say that you have a civilization. Do you have a stable food supply? Do you have enough food to provide for a large group of people? Is there examples of specialized labor? Do you have skilled craftsmen and artisans who are creating things? Is there a notable system of government and organization? And once you have things like those in place, you start to get a social structure that stratifies. Another thing we look at with this ALARMS acronym are examples of traits of highly advanced cultures. Are they developing art? Do they have a legal system in place? What sort of architecture are they building that gives them sort of a stylistic or a flair or feel to who they are as a people? How does religion and their belief systems function into their society? Are they creating music? What kind? For what purposes? And then what sort of systems of writing or record keeping do they have? These are all sort of traits of highly advanced cultures. I want to talk a little bit about the textbook. We have a textbook from a company called Cengage, who's partnered with National Geographic Society, and it is written and contributed by actual National Geographic explorers, which is actually pretty neat, I think. These are people in the field. They're not people who are purely academics who have studied it from a theoretical standpoint, but people who are really, the actual archaeologists and people who are getting their hands dirty to find out some of these really cool things about human societies. In terms of a depth versus breadth argument, this book is definitely a breadth where it talks about a lot of stuff, but it doesn't go into super, super complex detail. That's sort of our job. The text is to be a foundation for us. It's not the end-all, be-all. We supplement with a number of materials throughout the year. But one of the nicest features of our textbook is that it has an online textbook that students can access through Schoology. They don't have to take a big, heavy textbook home in their backpack because it's already on their iPad. It has lots of functionalities and sort of adaptations for learners at various levels. It provides text-to-speech where if you click on a button, the book will read itself to you. There's a button you can click which will differentiate the reading level, which will change the Lexile level for struggling readers. It also has video supplements students can click on and watch to go deeper into some of the information presented in the book. And that's really a quick rundown of my class. If you have any questions, if you ever have any concerns about how your student's doing, please feel free to contact me. I am always going to try to get back to you within 7 days, 24 hours, excuse me, within 24 hours of you reaching out to me, if not a few days. But I want to, give this invitation to always try and, reach out if you ever have any concerns or questions. With that, that's basically my class in a nutshell. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.